Whatever your plans are this long weekend, whether you're going for an Easter egg hunt or just spending time with friends and family, you're no doubt hoping for some dry weather, and there will be some dry periods, but actually we start the long weekend with perhaps the wettest day, at least for western parts, because there's a system coming in from the southwest, and this is going to bring a fair amount of rain initially across parts of Northern Ireland, also southwest England, feeding northeastwards into parts of Wales, perhaps northwest England and the far west of Scotland too, as we head into the afternoon. With the cloud and the rain, there will be some blustery winds mixed in. We're talking gusts of around 40 to 50 miles per hour in some coastal spots. Further east, it's actually staying largely dry. Yes, it will be turning cloudier, but clinging on to some sunshine in the far east, East Anglia, for example, and in the sunshine, not feeling too bad. Temperatures in the mid, possibly high teens Celsius. Further west, with the cloud, the rain, the stronger winds, feeling pretty unpleasant. More wet weather to come as we go through Good Friday evening and overnight into Saturday. We're going to continue to see some rainfall totals building up, especially across parts of the southwest, which is why we do have a warning in force. Lots of people travelling during the long weekend, so we could see some extra disruption as a result. Always eastern areas actually not seeing much, if any, in the way of that rain pushing its way, and some uncertainty as to how far east that rain's going to get. But yeah, in the east, likely to stay mostly dry. A different story across western parts. Pretty wet as we go overnight into Saturday. But let's look at those rainfall totals. Like I said, they are going to be building up across parts of Northern Ireland. Could see some places seeing it in excess of 30 millimetres as we go through Good Friday overnight and into Saturday. But it's in the southwest where we have this warning across many parts of Devon and Cornwall in particular. Lots of people travelling in this area, and there's a potential for 20 to 40 millimetres quite widely, and perhaps 50 to 75 millimetres over some higher ground. So a bit of flooding, and yes, some difficult driving conditions for sure. But as we go through Saturday, we're going to still have the effects of that system across western parts, so a bit more rain, still blustery winds across western parts. All the time, eastern areas actually staying largely dry, and some glimmers of sunshine still, always most likely towards the east, but perhaps feeding into the Midlands as we go through the afternoon. The rain in the west does kind of push its way northwards and break up a little bit, but actually that feature is going to push its way southwards as we go later on and eventually start to clear away. Similar to Friday, really. If you get any sunshine, not feeling too bad, but a bit fresher perhaps towards some North Sea coastal parts because of the wind coming in here. But inland areas where you get to the sunshine, temperatures again mid, possibly high teens for a few places. Then, like I said, as we go overnight Saturday into Sunday, the low pressure system does clear away towards the south, and then we end up perhaps with Sunday, Easter Day being, well, the quietest day for many people. There will be a good deal of dry weather around across many places. Not totally dry. Western Scotland still seeing some outbreaks of rain, though I'm expecting this to retreat away as we go through the day. And across the south, there is actually a trophy feature pushing its way in, so a few scattered showers perhaps. But most places having a good deal of dry and at times bright, if not sunny weather. And with that, then it should feel pleasantly warm. So do be aware, you know, it's not looking especially hot by any means. Again, mid to high teens, but if you leave any of those chocolate eggs out in the sun for any prolonged periods of time, they may start to melt. But also worth noting, the winds for most places on Easter Day a little bit lighter than they have been, especially towards western parts. Bit of a breeze still towards the far west of Scotland perhaps, but those winds will be easing as that system clears away. Then as we go into Easter Monday, and there's another system coming in from the west, there has always been a bit of uncertainty as to how deep this feature is going to be, so how intense, and also how close it's going to come towards the UK. So with that in mind, I think there's a reasonable chance that we're going to see some rain again pushing across parts of Northern Ireland into the southwest of England, maybe Wales as well, and then a few showers dotted around here and there elsewhere, some showery bursts of rain perhaps, but I don't think it looks as heavy or as intense as the feature that we have coming through as we go through Good Friday. So I'm not really expecting many impacts as a result of this, but yeah, just a spell of rain towards the west-southwest, a few showers dotted around elsewhere, though quite a bit of dry and at times bright or sunny weather in between any of those showers. Temperatures similar to really the rest of the weekend. If you get any of that sunshine, it's not going to feel too bad. Then as we go through next week, well, there are some signs towards the end of the week that we should have high pressure returning, so something a little bit dry, not totally dry, a few showers are quite possible, but of course we will be keeping you up to date as we get nearer the time. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.